Was it 200?
I don't remember. It was something like that. 110. Everything's 200.
All right, well, we're out here. Well, first of all, here's a little practice machine, a busted Honda lawnmower engine that the small engine place gave me, and a little test weld. There's actually 2 panels on there. This is an 1/8 of an inch panel here, and this is 080, and it's 0.80 thickness, which is between a 1/16 and an 1/8. So we're going to use that one because this is thicker material. I drilled a hole in that, and it's thicker than what the oil pan is. And here's what we got under the car. If Matt will get that light that we had. Here's our previous repair, and here's the crack in it. And the crack got worse. It wants to try to, as it heats and expands and contracts, it wants to try to open up more. We tried to epoxy it, and it didn't leak at all for about a day, and then it's got a tiny drip in it the first day, and pretty much every day after that it dripped a little bit more until it just got to the point where it was dripping a lot. So there's the cat going outside. All right, well, we're gonna go and grind all this off and get it cleaned up and see what we can do about getting this thing welded. All right, there's Matt doing a little cleaning, and Matt is using all that fine education he's getting to rig us up a way to use the foot pedal here. And got a zip tied to this, and we got a motor on that side keeping it from moving. All right, so we got all the epoxy ground down, and Matt's just up here getting it clean. So you can see the crack there. Oh yeah. It started off with just a small one, and I tried to use this brazing, aluminum brazing stuff, and it caused the pan to warp just because I put so much heat into a large area. So, and then when it cooled back off, it separated and pulled the brazing apart. So you can see the holes. I don't know if this will show up on the camera or not, but there's a crack that leads to the hole there. And then after I drilled that hole, I saw evidence of another crack beyond that, and sure enough, there is one in it. And so I got another hole drilled to keep it from going further, and I don't see anything above that. So I think we're good. All right, well, we're going to see if this thing will weld up. Matt's got it spick and span. Let's see if that rag.
It's clean.
All right, well, let's see what we can do. All right, we got a couple of tacks on it there, and the bottom of the oil pan has a bow in it like this, so we're using a little bit of rigging here. Matt had a name for it. What was that?
Some, what did I say? Gary Ramsey rigging? I don't know.
G-Dog rigging?
G-Dog rigging, that's right.
All right, we'll throw some more tacks on it, and then we'll see if we can start welding it. All right, we're making progress here, just going a little at a time, and now we're going to come in and weld this in on both ends, and then we've got this the crack goes on up into here. We're going to get brave here and see if we can start a bead right here and, you know, weld all the way down and just weld the crack up and weld those holes up. So we'll have this main patch that really cracked open bad. It was impossible to fill that, but I think maybe possibly this can be filled. We're going to try it, and if it doesn't, you know, work right, or we get contamination because of oil coming through the backside of the crack, we will just grind it off and make a little patch to go down and join up to this big one. So we'll see what we can do. Looks like it is. All right, well, so we made some progress here. Get some better light. There we go. Whoops. So we got this right here just welded, and this little outrigger crack that went up here, and we had 2 holes drilled there to relieve the crack, and it welded over those. And so now we just have to do it down here. You can see the hole there, and you can see the little crack right there. So No real issues so far. Wasn't over the crack or anything. And the holes they filled in nicely. Now these welds are a lot wider and bigger than we really wanted them to be, but we're just going for effectiveness and penetration rather than, you know, trying to put a stack of dimes in here. So we'll keep going and come back when we're finished up. All right, well, it ain't pretty, but it's in there. And Matt's gone to the store to get some oil, so we're gonna see if it's got any more leaks or not. It looks like it's oily right there, but it's just shiny where I wire brushed it. There was a little thin spot, and I went back and tacked that, but it's hopefully it's all fixed now. We'll see. Dang, that thing's loud. All right, well, we got it fired back up. It's about midnight on what is this, Thursday night. So got up under there. Looks like no leak so far, but the key thing is heat cycling, because that aluminum wants to expand and